Superiority complexes don't just come from being better at something than everybody else. It comes from the loneliness of being better at that thing. To me, superiority is a selfish response to that loneliness. It's this idea of nobody understands what it's like to be the strongest, and so I judge everybody by their strength with the irrational hope that one day I'll meet somebody as strong as me and I'll finally be seen and recognized, which I call irrational because at the same time as being understood, they also want to be the best. It would invalidate their ego in order for you to be better, but you also can't understand them unless you're better than them. And this is actually like the entire conversation around Gojo and Sukuna and Jujutsu Kaisen. This is like their entire characters summed up. They're both respectively the strongest, and Sukuna actually enjoys the company of Gojo because he feels understood in some way. His brilliance is actually like comprehended by somebody else. But Gojo doesn't have any of that weird relationship at all because Gojo recognizes that being the strongest comes with its fair share of burdens, just as any other perspective of life comes with its fair share of burdens. And so it's his gift and responsibility to protect the weak and protect people who don't have his gift. On the other hand, Geto's a really interesting character as well because he's basically Sukuna if he wasn't the strongest. Geto is the character that makes it clear that superiority is a choice. It is not a condition. He's grown up his entire life with Gojo being the strongest sorcerer. He still has to grapple with the relative loneliness that comes from being a sorcerer in a society that doesn't appreciate sorcery. Now, Geto and Gojo both contest each other's beliefs directly. They talk about this verbatim. Through this, it's actually revealed that Geto thinks Gojo is naive because he's the strongest, which to me is a natural response to that irrational belief I mentioned earlier of not wanting people to be better than you, but wanting to be understood. He clearly holds the simultaneous loneliness from society, but also this envy and discontent towards Gojo. He thinks there's some better experience out there in being the strongest, precisely because of the loneliness he feels from nobody acknowledging his strength. People feel as though a part that is essential to them is unseen by the rest of the world. They're going to fight tooth and nail to keep that part important and relevant to their character and identity. Their superiority in thinking less of others is only a natural consequence, as their entire sense of worth is based in this attachment to being seen on this quality of strength. So Gojo's a brilliant character because he doesn't think Geto's naive at all. He just has sympathy for Geto. Like he's like, yeah, bro, I've been there. I'm literally the strongest. I get that loneliness. But it's your choice to hang on to not being understood. Nobody is going to ever be understood in all the different troubles and experiences that they go through. Our strength, as much as it's a burden, is also a gift that we can use in the service of others. Gojo is this embodiment of Buddhist compassion, and where the tragedies of the world are recognized and acknowledged, but not given as an excuse to do misvirtue. Also, all of this seems pretty intentional by the author. The author was heavily inspired by Buddhism. There's a lot of references to it in the manga. Anyways, hope you enjoy. Yes, Jujutsu Kaisen fell off in the last parts of the manga. I was very disappointed about that. But Gege did put some love into the series, and this idea about superiority has always just been really cool exposition to me. It's really practical. I know a lot of people who are like Sukuna or Geto. Anyways, love you guys. Take care.